or the countdown. Which All right, investors, today we have got a big show. We've got a guest who helped shape how my business was done. One of my early mentors, a guy who showed us how to get out there, pick up the phone, and actually create opportunities through real conversations. You already know the name, Mr. TTP himself, Brent Daniels. Brent was one of the first people to prove that talking to people wasn't just a skill. It was the engine that could drive a seven-figure wholesaling business from scratch. He's trained thousands of investors, built a movement, and become one of the most respected and trusted voices in our entire industry. And listen, here's the thing. When Brent Daniels says to do something, the smart investors listen, because he's not just teaching theory. He's out there in the trenches, continually adapting. And every time the market shifts, Brent is the guy who spots what's next before anybody else. And that's exactly what's going to make today's episode special, because Brent, the king of talk to people, has a bold pivot into the world of inbound PPC leads. And if he's moving in this direction, you can bet that there's a reason. And today we are going to find out why. Everybody, welcome to the Closers Club, where real investors show up to get real, up-to-date, cutting-edge insights on how to grow their business, close more deals, and dominate their market. Let's get right into it. Brent, my friend, thank you so much for jumping in.
It is my absolute pleasure. David, are you reading off a teleprompter?
It is.
That was unbelievable. If that's
spoiling it, man.
Either way, that is, holy cow. You are absolutely incredible. And when you're like pump up music was going,
yeah, dude.
I had this microphone. I was like, I was going crazy. That was awesome. Anyway, I love you, David. I love your business. Easy REI closings, guys. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. If you're running your own transaction coordination yourself as a solopreneur, I think you're a masochist. I think that you are a glutton for punishment. I just said this on my live show on YouTube. If you're doing virtual, if you're doing novations and you're not using Easy REI closings, I think you just like drama. I think you're a drama queen and king. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just give it over to David's incredible staff and stop messing around, and let's do what actually gets us paid, which is income producing activities, not income servicing activities, which is their bread and butter. Let them take care of that. And we do what we do best, which is have conversations with property owners and make offers. And I love that you kind of laid everything out, because I started out, David, I was cold call, zero budget, zero experience. I didn't grow up. I wasn't the kid that went door to door and did candy sales. I wasn't the kid that did the lemonade stand. Right. You know, my parents ordered at restaurants for me until I was like, I don't know, 16. You know what I mean? Like
you're the shy kid.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like, I just didn't, I don't know. I wasn't, maybe I was just too sheltered. I don't know. But, you know, once you're thrown out, once you realize that once you become an adult, like nobody's out there to save you. Nobody's out there to just give you a bunch of opportunities and a bunch of money and a bunch of income. You actually have to build real skills and provide value to the marketplace, or, you know, you're going to live with mom and dad forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And
you got to go out and take the opportunity, not make it.
as,
You have to take them.
yeah, as sheltered as I was, as soon as college was done, my dad's like, you got 90 days after you graduate college to get out of the
Really?
house and you're done. And
Yeah.
so that's what happened. I got my real estate license and got into this world and had to build a bunch of skills. And the best way to do that was to talk to people. That's the whole
Yeah.
TTP, right?
Right.
I had to go out and have conversations. And at the time, I was just a real estate agent. And then and that was 2004. I
Right.
went through the crash in 08, came back after losing everything. And in 2013, discovered what assignments were, what
There you go.
wholesaling was. And it
Yeah.
changed my life forever. And now we have incredible things called novations.
Yes.
We have assignments. We have different regulations across the country that as long as you follow the rules,
Right.
you win. And
Yeah.
so I did that, David. I made a bunch of calls until I could hire other people to make a bunch of calls.
Yes.
And I saw that and I wanted to replace myself in the business. I want to be a real business owner, not just have a specialized skill. You know what I mean? I wanted
Yes.
to own the hospital. I didn't want to be the heart surgeon, so to speak.
Exactly.
And so making that transition, I had to plug in people that were better than me at acquisitions. And what I found was they were getting burned out. They were getting burned out because I was getting a tremendous amount of leads, but it was about 1 to, depending on the year, 1 to 70 leads per deal to 1 to 100 leads per deal from cold calling and text message marketing. And so I was in the back of my mind, I was like, I need to reduce the amount of leads. I need to increase the amount of quality to keep really like high talented people, like top tier A+ talent.
Right.
They love to win, right?
Yeah.
They love to win. They don't want to lose 69 times to win the 70th.
Yeah,
right?
even the best people, you'll just wear them out.
The best.
You know, you'll just run them off and they'll go find something, that's going to pay them more.
And we feel like, oh, this is their rite of passage. This is what they have to go through because I went through that. All of those things went through my head. It was all wrong. It was all wrong because I needed to plug in somebody that was better at this specialized skill of acquisitions, and they don't have to go through all that stuff. I need to put them in a best position to win. My job is to be a rainmaker. That was what. And by the way, that was going in my head, 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, all the way back to 2020. And I didn't make the transition because it was difficult. I was like, the ROI on cold calling and text messaging is so beautiful. Yeah, it is so incredible. Yeah, I'm wearing out these guys, and yeah, some deals slip through the cracks, but the ROI is perfect. And then what forced my hand, David, was it started at the top. It started with the NAR and Keller Williams lawsuit, and it trickled down into brokerages, real estate brokerages, and then litigating attorneys found wholesaling. And they loved it. And they go, oh, I see what's going on here. We don't even have to win the case. You guys have to understand, attorneys don't care about winning cases. They care about settlements. All right. They care about how much they can squeeze you before it's too much for you to keep paying an attorney to defend you. And they go, hey, you can get into this long lawsuit that's going to cost you 30, 40, 50 grand, or you can give me 30 grand right now. Right. That's a business. That's a business plan for attorneys. So unfortunately, I caught a couple of those. And one of them was just a little like just a gal here in town that just wanted a few grand. That was fine. I settled there. But then I caught a class action lawsuit for text message marketing. And it wasn't even our text messages, which is
really
the best. Well, that was an incredible part. So we're not settling with these people. Go and try to do whatever. Once you start settling, then all of a sudden they come after you, right? More attorneys see that you settle and they come after you. And so I go, this is it. This is the line in the sand. It was 2023. I was like, I see an avalanche of these lawsuits. And David, you know as well as I do. Some of your best clients have gone through this. All the top companies have really gone through this.
Everybody's gotten that letter in the mail.
That is heavily or served. I was served on like a Christmas, like the week of Christmas at my office during a live show.
Really?
Yeah. It was wild. Anyway, so that nothing's worse than that. Nothing was worse than a stranger coming and giving you a bunch of paperwork. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with this anymore. I'm
Mhm.
going to transition everything. I have enough success. I have enough in the bank. I have enough systems down that I'm going to focus 100% on inbound leads.
Yes.
So I went out and I found the best real estate Google ads person I could find.
Mm-hmm.
And I recruited them away. You always want to hire people that already have a job.
Yes.
I pulled them away from this company called T-Tech, which was essentially Google's Google kind of outsources their Google ads for their
Right.
biggest clients. So he was
Right.
spending millions a month. And
Wow.
so I brought him in. They don't pay you anything in those positions. So it
Oh,
wasn't
really?
hard to convince him to come over. Right. They
Yeah.
treat him like garbage. They put him in a cubicle and they say,
Mhm.
just, do what you do.
Yeah.
So I recruited him over. And that's what leads to today's presentation. If you don't
Wow.
mind me going in there, I think
No.
that I think it's really important, if anything, for everybody watching this to understand that from 0 to 2,000, if you have $0 to $2,000 a month in your marketing budget,
Mhm.
you're in hustle season.
Sure.
You better be calling up every listed property that's been on the market for forever and make offers, every agent that has sold ugly houses, every property that's run down and beat up or has tax delinquents, or is going through probate or inherited, or all those specialized lists. 0 to 2,000, you're in that. 2,000 to 5,000, now you're starting to get some inbound leads. Right. Now you're starting to do a little bit of direct mail. You're starting to do some paper leads. You're starting to do some of those strategies, right? Even doing, if you're virtual, you can do pay-per-click, and be able to get into those markets with that budget. But really, once you're above 5,000 and beyond, if you're still doing outbound, I think you're putting yourself at tremendous risk.
I agree.
And they can claw back 4 years. They can go back 4 years.
Wow.
In your search. So it might not be, you might not be balling now, but if you're at the point where you can start getting inbound leads, I highly suggest it.
Yeah. And I think I think what's important there is I don't want people to be scared. Regulations, whether it's state regulations on, on wholesaling or on text messaging, like, Texas just passed a very restrictive law, because as investors, we are very light on our feet and we can pivot. And this is what we're going to talk about today. There is always a way to do this business and make just a boatload of money and help a lot of people, which is why we became investors to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
The only reason I'm going into this like dark cloud, gloomy position is because this is the world that we live in right now.
It's real.
Because of that huge NAR lawsuit. Yeah. So attorneys started pointing the magnifying glass at real estate, and we were found. Right. So my thought early on was I said to myself, well, I'll win that case. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter if you can win the case. Yeah. You're 30, 50 grand into attorney fees. Yeah. So I'm trying to help everybody avoid that. And it's self-serving to me because I have a pay-per-click agency and I love the people that we work with. And it's just a smart transition once you start building a real business. One, you get better leads for your people. And two, you get people that are coming to you, and you don't have to, there's no like huge sales skills that you need. They're ready to go. You just find out what their goal is and you go from there. So let me get into the presentation. I think it'll line that up. Okay. TTP marketing, 7 figures with inbound leads. My name is Brent Daniels, and this is what we're going to learn: how inbound leads are generated, how it compares to other marketing channels, how to contract and convert those leads, how much it costs, how long it takes to be profitable, keep the KPIs, doing it yourself. You can certainly do it yourself versus hiring an agency, and more. Now, if you guys stay to the end, I will give you a link to this bonus training. This is the SOP. This is the standard operating procedure for any inbound leads to get a minimum of 80% contact rate. So there's no sense in spending a bunch of money on people reaching out to you if you are not talking to them. All right. So I'll leave that as kind of like the carrot at the very end of this thing to dangle out there so that you guys stick around. And hopefully the energy and enthusiasm and love that we have for this business, David and I, keeps you engaged in this presentation, and you understand that this is real life. We've been doing this for a long, long, long time. And this presentation is a breakdown of what we've learned. So this is I'm in this business. I'm not just an influencer. I'm not just a coach. I'm not just somebody that is a professor and talking about theory. I'm out there spending every single month. We spend between 50 and 60,000 in Google ads, because I have found, and I think everybody here can agree, that the most powerful positioning in marketing is the first page of Google, the first page of Google search. Then I'm going to show you how to pop up on all three parts. There's three parts to the first page of Google. And if you show up on all of those, you can match the ROI that you're getting with cold calling and text message marketing. That's a bold statement. And you can get deals very, very, very quickly. All right. So we've spent just over 1.1 million. We've done 150 plus deals since March 2023. We've made $5 million on that in gross top line income. And that's an ROI of 4.5. This is just on Google ads. All right. Now, this is the process of how leads are generated when people go to Google. Somebody wants to sell their house. They're on their phone. They go on their phone. They go to Google. They search. Instantly, there's an advertiser bidding war. So right then, all of the people that are spending money with Google, whoever's paying the most for that sponsored ad pops up on top. So the sponsored ad, top of the page, somebody clicks on that. On average, it's about $30 per click. Then they go to your website, or what is called a landing page. This is very scientific, how you want this to look, how you want it to feel. I've got this all broken down later in the presentation, but it's very, very, very important that this is dialed in. All right. Next is the opt-in. This is where they fill out the information that you're looking for, their name, their address, and maybe a little bit of criteria in there. For us, we ask if they bought their house before 2016 or between 2016 and 2000. Well, basically, we just ask them if they bought it before 2016.
Got it.
Right. And that comes to us in a text message. And we get that usually it's anywhere between $150 and $850 per lead in major markets. All right. There's a little asterisk there. There's a big range there because some markets are obviously more competitive than others because the price per homes and the deal sizes are much bigger. That means that companies have more money to spend on marketing, which means that you have to spend more to be competitive in those higher priced markets. All right. And this is the leads pyramid. I think that this is really important. This is something that I touched on before. As you go up the pyramid, lead quality, cost per lead, competitions, and sales skills you need to convert go up. When you're starting out on outbound leads, cold calling, texting, door knocking, right? Then you step up to social media, TV, radio, direct mail, billboards, bandit signs. And then at the top of the pyramid, without a doubt, is search engine optimization and pay per click. This is a fact. When people are searching for you, they have intent. Intent means that their timeline is fast. They're looking for somebody to do something for them, as opposed to you trying to reach out to people to see if they're looking for somebody to help them out. There's a huge difference here, guys. It is night and day difference when you can pay for inbound leads to come into your life. It is faster, it is easier, and it is more profitable. All right?
Love it.
Pros and cons of inbound leads. The pros, it's high quality. Your contact to close ratio, guys, is 30 days. On cold calling, it's 105 days. On direct mail, it's 75 days. Yeah. All right. On text message marketing, 120 days. The first time that you talk to somebody to the time that it closes with pay-per-click or SEO leads is 30-day sales cycle. It's bananas. That means that you follow up with these leads for a day or two, you put them under contract, and you close them within 30 days. You don't need a huge team because you don't have this huge volume of leads that you have to get through. And it's extremely scalable. You just pour more money in the top of the funnel. The cons is it's more expensive. It's high competition because the best of the best know where to go. Not good leads to learn the business on. You do not want to just be new to this and be like, oh, I'm going to just learn from these inbound leads, because you're just going to waste a ton of money. And it's complex. To run these ads, to understand Google it's just complex. You need to have a specialized skill to know how to set up your accounts, to run those accounts. And oh, by the way, Google changes their algorithm every 30 to 45 days, David.
Right.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
It's like trying to play whack-a-mole to figure it out. It's always changing.
You need somebody that's obsessed with it.
Yeah.
You need somebody that's watching it, not 9 to 5,
right?
Not Monday through Friday. Somebody that's obsessed 365 days a year and that is looking at it 20 hours a day.
And you can't be doing that and running your wholesale business at the same time.
That's right.
Doesn't work.
So here's once you do get that lead coming in, here's how to make sure that you get good contacts, good conversations with them, and how to convert those into signed agreements. Don't outsource this. Okay. Listen, do not have a VA do this. Do not have AI do this. I don't care how much people are throwing these things out there. I am telling you, if you're paying for the most expensive leads to come into the hottest leads, the most motivated leads, the fastest sales cycle leads, you need the absolute best of the best to take on these leads. The first contact has to be gangster. It has to be unbelievable. The discovery process in the first call is fundamental. This is why we beat other companies like a drum, David, is because they go out and they have this sent to a call center.
Yeah.
They have this sent to a VA. They have it sent to AI.
All that money and just
bananas.
Yeah.
It's bananas. When these come in, it is gold. We see it as gold. Think about this. Like every call coming in could be the potential. Our average deal size is $29,000. $29,000.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that. We're applying for the job of buying these people's houses.
Right.
And you put a robot up there. You put somebody that is 4,000 miles away and doesn't have critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
It's bananas. It's absolutely bananas. Don't do it. We've worked with hundreds of companies on this, and everybody that tries to skirt this first point loses 100% of the time. Okay. Speed to lead. You got to get to these leads within 30 seconds. They need to still be on your landing page, still be on your website when you call them up. And we have specific ways that we engineer that with our landing pages and what happens after somebody submits a deal. All right. Multiple contact attempts. We make up to 22 contact attempts in the first day.
On day one.
Day one.
Whoa.
15 calls, 3 voicemails, 3 texts, 1 email. And by the way, we usually never get to that point because we call them in 30 seconds. We got them.
Yeah. Before they're off the page.
And so we've got an incredible 95% contact rate because we get them instantly. You got to be available to work these leads mornings, evenings, and weekends. And don't qualify because of the price they tell you on the phone.
Right.
Set an appointment. An appointment, or just stick to your guns, or completely just do your process. But don't disqualify because of price. This is a huge mistake that a lot of people made. All right. This is how you get to the top of Google. All right. It's number one is what's called a quality score. This is getting nerdy. This is my team put together this slide. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what these are. They do. No. But obviously it's based on the quality score to get to the top of Google. It's based on the keywords you select.
Yeah.
Your ad relevance to what they're searching for. And this is crazy. The landing page experience.
Really?
Google tracks how long people stay on your landing page.
Wow.
They really do. And if people are bouncing right away, they think it's a scam. You don't show up. Doesn't matter how much money you throw at them. Isn't that crazy, David?
That's wild.
Right? Yeah. Number 2 is the account life cycle. Once you get 6 months paying Google, they start treating you right. Right? They start treating you right.
They want more of your money.
And then the third one is bid amount. People think, oh, if I just spend the money, I'm going to show up. It's not true. You got to have a quality score based on those 3 factors. You need to have some experience. You got to be dating Google for a while, and you got to have the money to be able to show up. All right. Now let's talk about SEO. This is where this is the secret mix, right? This is where people don't really see things happening for a while, but it's really what takes a 4 to 5 times ROI, a
Right.
5 to 1 ROI to 12 to 1 is SEO. Listen to this. And you could chat GPT this. And I think it's 91% of people skip the sponsored links when they search on Google.
Do they really?
91%. I've been told in the real estate business, in the cash offer for your house, sell your house without an agent, sell your house fast, all of that, it's about 80% skip down to the non-sponsored links. Why? Because people trust those more. They trust that if you rank on Google, that means you're a well-established business and you're not just paying for the top spot.
Right.
Okay. Do you ever do it, David? Do you ever just skip? You're like, man, I don't want to see these. I'm going to go down. Yeah. I'm going to go either to the map, which is what I'm going to talk about next, which is Google My Business, and SEO.
Right. And SEO and we run ads. So I 100% go right below them. Yeah.
Right. So you skip down to the bottom. And how's the audience? Do we have people watching us?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've got a bunch of people watching.
Are they active? Are they able to comment or chat, or are they no chat?
Yeah, guys, we've got a bunch of people watching this on YouTube and a couple of different Facebook groups. Yeah. Drop in the chat. Where you're at. And yeah, for sure. Let's get active here.
I just want to get the temperature to see how we're doing, if this is valuable or if I'm just blowing smoke. So let me know. It'll help me stay accountable. All right. Yeah. But for SEO, you need quality content. You need quality backlinks. Google just changed this. You used to just be able to link to anything, thousands of links, and then they smashed everybody about a year and a half ago, and it really ruined a lot of businesses. Okay. So you need quality backlinks, and you need time. You can't just throw a bunch of backlinks and content on your website and show up on the first page. It just doesn't happen that way. They negatively push you down, right? And so they think that you're just trying to cheat the system. All right. And so this one is a really specialized skill, something that we've really dialed in. And it's something that over time, you start showing up in those non-sponsored links. Once you get there, it's maintenance. It's an upfront investment. All right. But once you're there, you are in a great position. You're in an incredible position because it's free leads. You don't have to pay Google ads to show up on the first page, on the most powerful position in marketing. You don't have to pay for it.
Wow.
You just have to earn your spot there. And there's, and these are the 3 factors that get you there. All right. Matt, this thing's not clicking, bud. Next is getting on top. Nope. Next is getting on top of Google Maps. This is called GMB, Google My Business. Okay. All right. This is that map that you see that pops up. And we're starting to get to the point where they're going to, Google's going to recognize home buyers as an actual service, as an actual industry, like they do realtors. Really? And they're going to start putting it so that you can just click a button and it calls you and they get a slice of that. They're going to start charging to be in that position. But right now it's all organic. Right now there's certain techniques that you can implement that gets you on that map. And if you're on that map, that is such a powerful position to be. And some tips on that is the keywords in your business name. Sell your house fast, Phoenix, right? It's not just Joe Homebuyer, which is my name. We go in as Sell Your House Phoenix, and that pops up more. You need location in the area where you want leads. So you actually have to have an office in the area that you have leads, or you do the virtual office thing, the Regis thing, the WeWork thing, and all of a sudden you're pretty flexible because now you got stuff everywhere. All right. And the third one is Google reviews. Those ones really push you up, and that gets you super free leads. I'm telling you, this is how you get, David, 10 to 1, 12 to 1. You show up sponsored by Google ads. You show up Google My Business in the map, and you show up organically.
Right.
3 spots in the most powerful position in marketing.
It's just shock and awe. Blitzkrieg. We want to hit them everywhere.
You cannot lose. Yeah. And by the way, the Google My Business and the SEO, that's not a monthly recurring cost. You earn those spots, which is absolutely incredible. You just get there. You get the fast deals from paying Google and getting Google ads going and making sure that everything's set up with your landing page and your system and your follow-up, making sure that you're getting in front of these people as fast as possible.
That's fantastic.
Next, landing page tips. You have to have a separate website for just your PPC traffic. Keep it simple, be clear, super clear, not over creative. Okay? Not over creative. You don't want it. This is not the time to bring your artistic skills to it. It needs to be boom. They know exactly what it is, what you do in an instant. They should be able to pull it up and know exactly what you do and how you do it. And you need to have this separate from the rest of your stuff. If you have them land on a page where it's got a bunch of filler, you're done. You're cooked, as the kids say. Cooked. All right. Above the fold is the most important part of your landing page. You have to have a strong call to action with opt-in forms and local phone numbers. You need to optimize for mobile. All right. 80% of the traffic that you're going to get is coming from a cell phone. So don't overload with images and videos. It just slows down the load time because everything's on a server. And the more that you throw at that server, the slower it's going to go. And speed is key. You want it to pop up instantly or they're going to move off of your site and go to the next one and click down on the next one.
Yeah. Everybody's got a short attention span right now.
That's right. Targeting. Local campaigns. This is what I was talking about before. This is really interesting. And this is something that you and I were talking about before we went live here. Local campaigns, you're going to get lower amount of leads, but they're going to be higher quality and they're going to be more expensive.
Right.
Okay. This is when you're just running Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas, San Diego, Seattle, Chicago, whatever, Dallas, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all of those that are very specific. You want to be the local expert. Great. You're going to pay more. All right. You're going to pay more per lead, but they're going to be higher quality. They're going to be higher quality and you don't have to do it. You don't have to have as many leads. It's anywhere from about 1 to 12 to 15 leads per deal. All right. National campaigns. This is where it gets fun. This is where David and Easy REI Closings live. This is your bread and butter. 8,000 deals closed, 40% novations coming from these nationwide guys that are doing a great job. We work with a lot of them. We work with the top ones that are doing novations virtually. Guys, I'm telling you, getting leads, like really high quality. You can get leads in this business in national campaigns for 25 to 50 bucks. You can, people make those claims and it's true.
Yeah.
But you have to do like 50 of those leads to get a deal, maybe 60. Yeah. The better is to have targeted leads, which we've done that are closer to $75 to $105 a lead, but you only need 20 of them.
That's right. And I think that's important because even when you say it's a little more expensive, but it's less labor, it's less aggravation. You're not wearing out your team. And, you know, at the end of the day, it might actually even be cheaper, Brent. It might be to pay 75 bucks for one lead than to get $10 to $25 leads.
If you add the stress of the team and the follow-up of the team and the systems, the stress on the system of your team, it is a no-brainer to pay a little bit more per lead to get higher quality, without a doubt. Because what we're talking about here, and you told me, averages 34,000 some change on novation nationwide last 90 days. You're talking about spending 2,000, 3,000 per deal to make 34,000 and some change.
That's a good bet. I'll take that bet every day.
You're putting $1 in and you're getting 10 out.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. If you follow anything with Alex Hermosi and he talks about CAC, cost of acquisition, cost of acquiring a customer, CAC. I didn't know these acronyms until really breaking it down. And then LTV, lifetime value of the customer, or what do we make from the sale? If you're not in those upper echelon, you're not going to get the highest quality talent on your team.
Right.
And you're like 60 days away from closing shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really important that if you're going to be local, you need all three spots. You need PPC, SEO, and Google My Business. And if you're going national, you could just spend a fraction of the price in the major markets and and be better at the systems and just work with David to get those deals closed. But that's your two paths, guys. I mean, that is your two paths. Coaching over 3,500 people over the last 8 years, and then running this this marketing agency over the last couple of years. I'm telling you, these are the two paths. You either become the local expert and you get really good at all of those things and build a great brand to where you're getting that higher ROI because of brand recognition and because you're everywhere in the most powerful place to be in advertising, or you go national, you don't build any brand. You get out there, you change your strategy to more of innovation. You don't have to go on appointments. You get really good at your phone skills and you get really good inbound leads.
There you go.
Which way would you go? I'd be really, anybody in the chat, please tell us what you think?
Yeah. What do you guys,
What do you guys think? What do you think is a better business model? Is it a better business model to go local, or is it a better business model to go national? I would love to know what the audience thinks of and what strategy they think is the best one.
Yeah.
All right. Next, let's look at inbound lead cost, ad spend. $5K a month for motivated seller leads.
Okay.
And there is a problem with low budget campaigns.
Okay.
You will absolutely waste your money if you are going in a local ad spend. If you're spending less than $5,000 a month, you're done. You might as well give $5,000 a month to your worst enemy. You might as well. You might as well get $5,000 away to you might as well go sponsor the person running for whatever opposing political party that you prefer, than spend money on Google ads locally if you're spending less than $5,000. Really? That's just absolutely the truth. You got to spend at least minimum 5,000, in most markets 7,500.
Okay.
Minimum. You're barely, you're going to start building some momentum there. But if you're not spending more than 5,000, it's you're cooked. All right.
Interesting.
Agency marketing management fees, it's fixed, it's variable, and there's profit sharing. Just depends on who you go with. Some are a monthly cost, some are a percentage of how much you're spending, and some is a profit sharing if they take all the upfront and you split the deals with them, right? And then SEO and Google My Business. If you really want to do search engine optimization and Google My Business right, you need to budget $4,000 a month for the SEO leads, because you need to pay quality websites for quality backlinks. That's what you're paying for there. You're paying for the quality backlinks on really great areas. All right. Local. Everybody's going local. Suppose on your goals, Trevor says, suppose on your goals, low volume, stay local and potentially lock up more deals, knowing the market better. Virtual, if you're looking to scale. I love it. Local, Alex says, Sean says local as well. I love it. That's awesome. And Trevor, thanks for been a big fan of Brent's for a long time. Thank you. Big fan of you. And so guys, that's the real costs. If you're going to get into SEO and really build local, it's going to be about $4,000 a month. And you're probably doing that in a real major market like Phoenix for about 8 months. Yeah. So I would say about 32 with management fee, about 40 grand. You're on the first page of Google and you're staying there, and you're probably maintaining with some quality backlinks and content about $500 a month after that. But think about it. I mean, you do one deal and you're ranking in the first page of Google forever. As long as you're doing some maintenance. Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible. People are making millions off of their initial investment in SEO, but nobody has the patience for it. Nobody has the patience for it.
Let me ask you a question, because I know I definitely understand the backlinks, but I can buy a website that has, or hire someone to do this for me, where all the backlinks are already there. Like everything I need is done.
It's set up specifically for your site. So yeah, really? we have people that write the articles. You got to be careful about AI articles, because Google really recognizes that. They've got some really interesting tools that recognize that, and they really don't like that. So they'll actually punish you for that. So you need really good copywriters for the content, and you need really good backlinks. And there's professional services that we work with. Yeah. Wow. That do that are absolutely top notch. Yep.
Unbelievable. Guys, I think if you're looking to run a business and be a CEO, these are the levers that you need to turn. You cannot just be out there running uphill, hustling all of the time, and build a real sustainable business.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to profit? That's what every good CEO, every good
Question,
business
right?
owner wants to know. How long? It takes about 2 weeks for to start getting some quality from pay-per-click.
Yeah.
And you usually, we've seen that the average for our clients is to close their first deal within the first 20 days.
Mhm.
Yep. And then to start getting the consistency and more and better leads is about 90 days of seasoning with your Google account when it's done right. The
Right.
issue is a lot of times people are set up on the same game plan for Salt Lake City as they are in Vegas, as they are in Tacoma, Washington. They
Mhm.
just go, "Oh, these are the best keywords, and here's how to get rid of the negative keywords, and now you're off and running." That is wrong. There's very specific keywords for very specific areas.
Really? It changes
Okay,
that much market by market?
it really does. Yep.
Really?
It really does. And so understanding that and customizing that is really key. That's why our people have so much more success than some of the other services that they've used before, is because it's not just a formatted copy and paste.
Right.
It's a very specific, built out for them based on the results. So what happens is, Dave, we get results from the companies,
Mhm.
from the wholesalers, flippers, novators, whatever. And they go, "Hey, I just put this deal under contract." We then go back in and tell Google, "We want more like this." And what they do is they go in, Google knows everything about, if you have a Gmail account, they know everything about you, by the way. And so they will, their systems will go through Gmail accounts of
Yeah.
people similar to that, and they'll show you more to those people that are searching. It's bananas. It's incredible. It's
Guys, this
really
is
great.
like 3D chess, because I promise you, I know a lot of the guys that run some big PPC agencies out there, and they are not doing this stuff for you. It's cut
No.
and paste. They're pulling the top 200 markets off the shelf and jamming that into your system, and
Yeah.
best of luck to you.
Well, yeah, and listen, the feedback, and we'll get into the feedback and all of
Yeah.
that, the feedback loop to say this is what we're looking for,
Mhm.
that is so critical. And it needs to be inputted, and you need to manually tell Google this is the type of leads that we're looking for. So we've got the software to do that. We've got the people to do that. That's what we do. That's why it's been so incredible. All right. So KPIs. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the nitty gritty. Let's let
Go.
our analytical brains breathe a little bit. Cost per click about $40. Cost per lead between 150 and 850. Cost per deal is 4 to 6,000, and
Mhm.
leads to deals is 18 to 20 leads per deal. ROI between 3 and 5 times, depending on your skills, depending on your market. And this is local, guys. This is local numbers here.
Mhm.
Local numbers here. When it comes to the national numbers, you can cut that in half.
Love it.
Yep.
And let me just say this too. Like
Yep.
I know you can definitely help people with PPC. And if guys, if you're looking at this and going, I need numbers like this, then this is obviously a no-brainer. But you talk about being on the phone and getting better with these sales skills. Is that something that you guys have a solution for them as well?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, anybody that works with us gets access to all of the support, all of my team, all of that. So,
Amazing.
my acquisition managers are taking live calls. You get to hear that 2-3 times a week,
Mhm.
3 times a week. You get access to just people actually doing deals. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not going to oversell it because I think you guys
No,
understand
I
what's going
know.
on there, but you get access to everything. So
Yeah.
and just really, you sit down and you look at, okay, where am I weak in this process? Because we were
Mhm.
weak. We didn't know that you had to get in contact with people in 30 seconds. We
Yeah.
didn't know what the discovery process should look like. We didn't
Mhm.
know that you should set an appointment every single time if you're a local business. We
Mhm.
didn't know that, all of those things. So all of that stuff and all the millions of dollars. I mean, we're spending over $1 million a month right now.
Yeah.
1.5 million. I mean, it might be closer to 2 million right now a
Yeah.
month in Google ads. I mean, that's a lot of feedback that
Right.
we get. That's a lot of experience that we get.
Mhm.
And this is one of the most underrated thing, and something I didn't even know existed. We have, because we spend so much with Google, something called a Googler.
You have a Googler.
Are you familiar with
Googling.
what a Google? This is an actual like
Yeah.
customer service person
Uh-huh.
that helps us peer, behind corners. They
Yeah.
help us fix some problems if we have them.
Yeah.
Helps us strategize, all that stuff. Unless you're
Wow.
spending a tremendous amount, you get a robot. You get an algorithm that's going to
Yeah.
respond to your support.
Right.
That's what you get. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, that's just how
Mhm.
Google's set up. I mean, it's like Facebook set up or Instagram
Right.
set up or any of these YouTube, all those things. It's just there's nobody that you can talk to. We have a Googler.
Good. I saw that. What was that movie with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, where they went to work at Google? Guys, I know. Listen, Brent said he just wanted to come on and just provide a ton of value for you guys, and he is not going to hard sell you. But I'm here to tell you, we were a student for TTP right in the very beginning, and
Yep.
this is the stuff that absolutely catapulted our wholesaling business into the stratosphere. So this is what you should be doing right now today if you are serious. And I'm telling you, we have clients absolutely freaking crushing it right now with enormous assignment fees, and it's coming from leads exactly like this.
Yep. Assignments and novations.
Yes. Oh yeah. God.
We have Tyler and Joshua. I just had them in town. They're out of
Mhm.
Chicago.
Yeah.
They're 19 and 22 years old,
Oh my gosh.
and they have 19 properties under contract for
Yeah.
novations.
Mm.
Their ad spends like I think they've spent like 20 grand total.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible. I mean,
know.
there is definite power to that, and they're all virtual.
Right.
They don't go on appointments. They're doing it in different tiny towns in
I
West
love it.
Virginia and Pennsylvania and Florida and Texas and all sorts of things. So really, really, really interesting. I'm just telling you guys, the absolute pinnacle of leads come from high intent. High intent means
Yeah.
they're searching for you. It's just
Right.
a fact.
Yeah.
The first page of Google is the most powerful place to be, the most powerful position in all of marketing.
It is.
Without a
Guys,
doubt.
think about this. You're out there texting and cold calling people and sending people letters, and they don't care. You're catching somebody at Walmart trying to check out. That is not the same quality lead as somebody who at 5 p.m. is having a panic attack because they can't pay their bills and they need to go online and figure out how to sell this property.
That's right.
This is where we need to be picking up the phone, solving those problems. I don't care if the market's up or down. Life goes on for people. Death, divorce, job transfer, inherited houses. These things are all happening every day. Do not buy into the nonsense of the media, whether it's the market's up or down. We are here as investors to solve these problems.
That's right. So are you ready for inbound leads? You gotta answer these two questions.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have experience?
Mhm.
Do you have experience in whatever, in sales, in
Mhm.
this business? You understand how to do deep discovery. And what I mean by that, guys, is deep discovery is all about answering one question. What is your goal with this property? And that, I mean, to the property owner, to the seller. What is your goal with this property? And they will not answer that question unless you are really good at building the trust, really good at building the trust. And it's a lot easier to build the trust. It is infinitely easier to build that trust if they're reaching out to you.
Yes.
If they're reaching out to you guys, it is so much easier, but you need to be able to really get in there,
Mhm.
really get that discovery, really understand, what kind of offer can I make to this seller that
Right.
is going to, that is actually going to provide value to them.
Mhm.
Do they want, remember, with any conversation that we have with a property owner, with any property owner that is selling their property, there's three main factors: speed, convenience, and price. They only get to pick two.
That's right.
If they want speed and convenience, they got to work on our price.
Mhm.
And that's what we're looking for. And that's what we target for. And that's what we tell Google we're looking for. And that's why we get those types of
Mhm.
leads.
Love
That's
it.
the whole point. All right. And then the other one is you need to have at least a 90-day budget. 90-day budget to run everything. 90-day budget for the agency to run it for you. 90-day budget for your ads. 90
Mhm.
days already set aside. No problem. Forget about it. Invest into your business. Rock and roll.
Right.
Those are the two factors. You need to be really good at discovery, and you got to have enough funds to stay in the game.
Mhm.
All right. Here's tips for hiring an agency. These are obviously loaded. because I would love to. I would love if you've got a good budget, you've got a good system, you got a good team. I
Mhm.
know that we can make rich wholesalers and people that do novations richer,
Yeah.
without a doubt. That's our whole goal. We make rich real estate entrepreneurs richer. But I'll go through this just for whatever academic reasons. Experience working with real estate investors. They need to have collaborations with your acquisitions. You need to have access to your account manager, right? You need to be able to have access to the people that are working your Google account. This is another thing. It should all be set up under your Google account.
Yes.
The
So
guys that
important.
set it up under their own and send you leads, you don't know where the money's going. You don't know how much of that $5,000, $7,500, $10,000 budget is actually going to Google, and how much is going into their pocket as like a slice off the top.
Right.
So some people go, yeah, no, we don't charge a fee, or we charge a lower fee, but it's all on our account because we spend millions and it's already seasoned and we'll get you the best leads fastest. Nonsense. They're skimming off the top.
They're bamboozling you.
They're skimming off the top.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, just be upfront about it. Let people know that you're skimming off the top. It's an interesting strategy. It can work. I don't think it's the best strategy, but
No.
God bless them. And the last one, asset ownership and transparency. That's what we're talking about. You own the website. You
Right.
own the ad account. There has to be that transparency.
I agree.
All right. If you're interested in that, go to talktopeople.com/EZ. So we know you're coming from David's family,
Yep.
David's squad, David's tribe. That way we know to push you guys to the top, because if you're working with easy REI closings, that means you're actually doing business.
Yeah.
And you actually have systems, and you can actually like stay in this game for a long time. And we want to work with people for forever.
Yeah.
We want to work with people long term. One, it's obviously monthly recurring revenue makes sense in business, but two, being able to get you the best leads and keep you in the business longer is amazing. We want to work with the best of the best. And that's what we're doing right now.
And if you're one of our 100, we have a couple hundred clients. I want you getting these leads. I want the best. Lots of people ask us to bring them on to our community, and we turn 90% of them down. I promise you. Brent could literally, if he said, I want to come on and still sell some pistachio ice cream, I'm bringing him in, because I know that what he has, just always leading with value. I know that he cares, and he is going to take care of your business. So if you're one of our clients, click this link, what happens? They're going to do a call. Can you audit their account? What can you do? What's going to happen?
All of it. Yeah. You're going to talk to my team. These aren't sales bros, right? We're going to find out what's going on.
Flexing and taking off their shirt and telling them,
I mean, listen, we don't have to do the dream outcomes with this type, we don't have to, get your first deal, that type of thing. That's not what this is about. This is about making rich people richer. That's it. This is about, when you're going from that solo and you're doing well and you're closing deals and you want a real team, but you know that you need to give them leads and they need to close fast, or they're going to just lose momentum. And then you got this constant revolving door. Like we don't, the call is all about where are you at? What are you trying out? What's your budget? And what we think is the best positioning for you. So, and then from there, it's if your market's available, we've only got a certain amount of people that we can do per market, because
really
we don't want 50 people in Dallas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
And then now you're just bidding each other up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have a very specific amount of seats in the market based on the search volume, not population, but the search volume in that market. And we'll be able to let you know if we can work with you. And we'd love to, especially with the people that are well established and working with David. So talktopeople.com/EZ. Go check that out. You can go there right now, set up a call with our guys. They're incredible. And then if you click this, you'll get that breakdown of the carrot that I dangled earlier, which is our SOP for getting a hold of any inbound. You can use it for PPC. You could use it for PPL. You can use it for direct mail. You can use it for anything, TV, billboards, any kind of marketing that you're doing where it's coming inbound, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, any of those things. You can use that and really just put it in front of your team. They'll figure out the process there so that you can close more deals.
I love it. That's awesome. Thank you very much, man. That's awesome. That's really cool stuff. So much value. Dude, I've been doing this for 20 years and I just learned a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Me too, Dave.
Yeah.
Listen, this isn't me. This is a collaboration with some incredible people. By the way, guys, they're all in my office. They're all down the hall here. They're
Right.
all in Phoenix. They're all Google, like all the certified, all the training, all of that stuff is all in house. This isn't, I'm going to turn you over to somebody that doesn't care about your business. The mentality is, I'm going to put somebody that that is on your team, and they're going to be plopped into your business. And you don't have to go recruit. You don't have to overpay and give people 50, 60, $80,000 salaries, anything like that to run this. We're going to put that in your business with all of our systems, with all of the collaboration that we can give you. And so
I love
that's
it. We are so aligned on that. Same thing for us. Our team is in the office here, and I know everybody wants to be virtual, but I think for a service-based business like this, you need that drive, that culture, and that commitment to taking care of your clients. I love it.
1,000%.
Nice, awesome, my man. Thank you so much. This was absolutely incredible. I knew it was going to be good, but I've got this whole page of notes here that I took throughout it because I just so much value.
Awesome. Thank you, David.
Thank
you, and thank you guys for participating.
Yeah.
You gave us the most incredible resource that you have, which is your attention. And hopefully you've learned something. If you want to try running it on your own, go bananas.
Yeah.
If you want the experts to do it, talktopeople.com/EZ.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Hang out for 1 second.
Yep.